So good evening, Junior Coordinator ma'am and my dear teachers. The topic of today's session is Happy Teacher, Create a Happy Classroom. Am I audible to you all?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, as in order to develop new dimension of better education, today's topic play a very important role. As we all know that the teaching process and it will change dramatically over the past few years. And in order to fulfill the requirement of new changes in the teaching process, in the education process, this topic play a very important role. So, creating a happy classroom with higher happiness quotient can be a reality. The only condition is that it has to begin with us. So I welcome you all in today's session topic Happy Teacher Create a Happy Classroom. Before I formally start this meeting, I would like to ask some simple question. And you all feel free to write your answer in the chat box. The questions are, how are you? How are you feeling? These are very simple questions. So I'm waiting for your answer in a chat box. So how are you, teacher? Please write in a chat box. 56 participants are here. Ritu, I'm good. Suleka, fine. Sulakshna, teacher. Avropal, sir, doing well. Good, I'm fine. Fine. Pravesh, sir, I'm good. Happy. I'm fine. Good. Fine. Happy. Sunita, teacher. Varsha. Shreya, teacher, I'm fine. Nita, teacher, good. Fine. Thank you. So, it's the right time, as you all know that these are very simple questions. Archana teacher, I think you are presenting something. So please, if you don't do this. So teacher, these are the very simple questions. So many people asked, how are you? How we are actually feeling? But it's the right time to think, to reflect how actually we are. Because in teaching process, it is often unnoticed the well-being of a teacher. So, the well-being of a teacher is in the heart of today's webinar, right? So, well-being of a teacher is in the heart of today's webinar. So, it's the right time that I share my slides with you all. Just wait, I am. So, the first slide is Happy Teachers Create Happy Classroom. I hope you all are able to see the slides. Please unmute anyone of
Yes.
you. Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Nita teacher. The first slide is Happy Teacher Create Happy Classroom. So many happy faces are here. So it reflects that if we are happy, we teachers are happy, then we easily create a happy classroom and our aim is fulfilled in order to move with a better teaching learning process. It's my request to all the participants to stay as active as you can through the chat box in order to clear out any doubt, any question throughout the session. So, as I get so many answers, I am good, I am okay, I am fine, right? And I'm really glad to feel in that way because these are all the answers that we think. But now the well-being of a teacher is to be the focus area of this session. What is the objective of the session? Teachers as ambassador of happiness in the classroom. Happy teacher is equal to happy classroom. Happy classroom is equal to compassionate student. Compassionate student is equal to just a peaceful citizens. So, at last, when we are happy, we create a peaceful citizens. What is happiness all about? The happiness quotient, as it is reflected in this figure. The happiness quotient is the concept that measures approximately the measure of happiness each person can achieve in his life. What you think, what you say, what we do all reflect the quantity, the measure of happiness each person has. They can think, they can say, they can do as per the happiness level of his or her. So I hope you all understand what is happiness. So can I expect some answer what you understand by happiness through the chat box? What do you understand by the term happiness? Please mention something in the chat box. To make this session an active session, you are feel free to write your comments in the chat box. Rahman sir, Bindas. Other teachers, please. What do you understand by the term happiness? Teacher-student good relationship. Tumpa teacher. Thank you. Happiness meaning 59 participants are there. Content within self. Shreya Manali. To be happiness get generated through inner satisfaction. Very good. Excellent. Nita teacher, satisfaction. So I move back to the presentation. Yes, very good answer as I get from your side, happiness, satisfaction. So let's see the general definition of happiness. Happiness is feeling of pleasure and positivity. Happiness is a sense of well-being, joy, or contentment. Why is being happy so important? The fundamental reason why happiness is so important is that it's extremely vital to our own goal in life and can help us to achieve many other cherished ambitions and goals also. By being happy, we have the potential to change many other lives. Just we being ourselves. So if we do a activity, then there are so many answers coming. According to different person, the meaning of happiness may be different. Someone says that when they are in work, they feel more happy. Someone says when they are with friends, they are more happy. According to some other persons, when they have money, then they are happy. Some says that when they are getting vacations, as we also, when we are getting vacation, then we feel happy. Positivity, family, when we are with our family, then we feel happy. Sports, when someone play have a good effect on sports, he or she will be more happy when they are playing some sports. When someone joins some party, then feel they are so happy. Some teachers are happy when they listen music, some when they're watching movies, and some when they are with nature. The different person, the way of expressing happiness is quite different. So, why is the happiness of teachers so very important? You are a teacher by your own choice. You are the greatest influence on the students. For you, success is a measure of the quality of students who are mentioned under your guidance. You foster social responsibility, offer encouragement and support. Be thankful you are associated with the most blissful generation. Most important, you are still in a school and forever young. Happiness is equal to happiest. As the teacher is happy, they will create their classroom a happy classroom. So these are the points that should a teacher have are very important points for a teacher because we all teacher by our own choice. Then we have to do this work with our full heart. So in order to create a happy classroom, as we discussed, happy teacher is main thing and is the main focus area. So a teacher becomes happy when they follow these four domains of emotional intelligence. Through these four domains of emotional intelligence, a teacher becomes more happy. So I'm explaining all these four domains one by one. The first domain is self-awareness. What is the meaning of self-awareness? Know your own emotions, right? So when we aware about our own emotions, then we know our thing that is weakness and strength. We use our strength in order to make our potential. If we know about weakness, then we try to overcome our weakness and come out from that things. The second domain is self management. Manage your emotions, motivate yourself. The third domain is relationship management, that manage relationship in our team work, in our workplace. Last but not the least, the fourth domain is social awareness. Recognize and understand other people emotions is very important in order to aware toward the social condition about the social process. Before explaining the domain of emotional intelligence, I would like to recall our past year experience. You all know, in past year, it teaches us. change is possible. Despite all the challenges we encountered in the past year, and we gradually overcome those challenges. All the educators have gone out of their way to make sure students have better learning experience. Their lessons are meaningful. It becomes super fun. Teacher, if you remember those conditions in the last year, that is connecting and disconnecting of network, we are also struggling with mute and unmute and how we really work to overcome many technical aspects. But we manage to make it work because teachers have the quality of emotional intelligence. So I think the main area is centered around emotional intelligence. Now my next slide is in little bit defining what is the first domain self-awareness explains. So let's see. The first domain of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. As I told you, self-awareness of any person is knowing his or her knowledge level, his or her feeling. They must know their behavior. They must know their communication skill. They must aware about their thought, their relationship in their team, in their workplace. What are their skills? What are their strengths and weakness? So we can use our strength in a positive way and we try to overcome through our weakness. Self-awareness is the golden key to making life-changing decisions and sticking to them. So, when we are aware about our emotions, then we have a capability to regulate ourselves, to motivate ourselves. The next slide is all about self-regulation and motivation. What is self-regulation? What do instructors need to know about self-regulation? Self-regulation is skills. So mainly focused on two ways, self-motivation, self-evaluation, right? So when we are aware of our own strength, weakness, skill, communication, then we can itself, we motivate ourselves, we evaluate ourselves. Why is self-regulation important? Self-regulated learners are successful in and beyond school. Higher motivation and confidence, productive thinking and strategies, task-relevant behavior, and lastly, we get achievement, we get success to achieve our goals. As it is shown here, the amazing self-motivation technique that we have to follow in our life also. Decide to live our dreams. Have an attitude of gratitude. Take control of yourself. Being self-motivating, the first thing. So if we are aware of ourselves, then we can regulate them, we can motivate ourselves. So the next is emotional self-regulation skill. In order to regulate ourselves, this skill is very, very important. So what we have to do when we are in a condition of emotional outburst, right? As we all just before this slide, I am explaining about self-awareness. That is very important thing is the happiness level of a person. Your emotion decide your output. That is your output in a certain area. So, if we are aware of your own emotion, we bring out best it in. If you know where you lacking or what are your strengths, self emotional self regulation is skill. What we have to do in that condition, the first is we have to follow stop. What is stop? Stop. When we are in emotional outburst condition, then take a deep down. Pause for 6 seconds. Take a long breath. Observe the situation. Pull back yourself in a stable condition and then you proceed. So it reflects when you are in emotional outburst, don't react. Stop at that moment, then you start analyzing yourself, then you are getting a stable condition, then you move ahead and you go. As it is written here, when I stop to take a breath, I noticed I had wings to fly, to move toward my achievements. I like to discuss this factor more because in day-to-day life, we are facing this problem in our workplace. Let I explain with an example. When, as you all observe that, sometimes we have a feeling that I am afraid of something, someone is unfair to us, I am trying to win. That are the surface level of self-awareness. At that time, deep down yourself, when you think of yourself and explore your own thought, you ask the same as question. Really, we afraid of something? Then you have to analyze what we are afraid of. Second, who is unfair to us? Is it really someone? Or it's our own personality or our own self which is being unfair to us? The third one also you ask as a question. I am trying to succeed or win something. We have to think and analyze. Are we actually work on it for success in something? Right? So this way we can emotionally get a stable condition. The second way to develop emotional stability is care. Take care of yourself. How to develop self-emotional stability? Let's take some time for your practicing meditation so that you can deal emotional outbursts and be calm in all the situation. The second domain of emotional intelligence is self-management. Am I audible to all teachers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you. The second domain is self-management. Set goal, make plan, be patient, stay focused, stay organized, work hard. Then ultimately you reaches the goal. In that way, we have to manage ourselves when we aware of ourselves, when we know how to regulate our emotion to get a emotionally balanced condition. The third domain is relationship. What is our relationship in our workplace? In order to develop a good relationship, in our workplace that will also helpful in achieving our target in our workplace. Care for our colleagues, trust on them, and the very important, we have for a respect for each and every one. Every person has their own respect. Even when we are entering the classroom, we should talk in such a way that the student also have their respect. So when we maintain when if we want respect from others, then we have to respect them also. Without, we are not demanding anything without giving them. So first of all, give respect, then you take respect. In cooperating relationship, in a management skill, the last domain is social awareness for effective change management. Why is social awareness useful? Increasing empathy, making misunderstanding less likely to happen, avoiding embarrassing situations, understanding other pupil intention and acting appropriately, right? This is very important. That is the last domain of emotional intelligence. If we teacher follow all these domain, then we become a happier teacher in our school, not in our school, in our life also. So let's see the next slide. Creating a happy classroom with higher happiness quotient can be a reality. The only condition is that it has to begin with us. Now, in order to reach the happiness, the Maslow hierarchy of needs is very important to be followed. What is Maslow hierarchy of need? Maslow hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory of psychology comprising a five-tier model of human needs, often depicted as level within a pyramid. From the bottom of the hierarchy upward, the needs are psychological, love and belonging needs, esteem and self-actualization. Needs lower down in hierarchy must be satisfied before individual can attain to need the higher up. As you see, this pyramid is explained by Maslow hierarchy of need. This is five-tier model. Start from psychological need, safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and the top and the higher level is self-actualization. In my next slide, I will little bit explaining about self-actualization, self-esteem, love and belonging. Let's see. Self-actualization. Self-actualization needs are the highest level in Maslow hierarchy and refer to the realization of a person's potential, self-fulfillment, seeking personal growth and peak experiences. Maslow describes this level as the desire to accomplish everything that one can, to become the most that one can be. So this is all about self-actualization. That is the highest level in this five-tier model. Next is love and belonging. After psychological and safety need have been fulfilled, the third level of human need is social and involved feeling of belongingness. Belongingness refers to a human emotional need for interpersonal relationship, affiliating, correctness, and being part of a group. Example of belongingness needs include friendship, intimacy, trust, and acceptance, receiving and giving. So, as I tell you before also, if you are giving something, then it reflects back. If you are giving respect to someone, then ultimately you are getting respect to that person. Self-esteem. Esteem. The fourth level in Maslow hierarchy and include self-growth, self-worth, accomplishment, and respect. Maslow classified esteem needs into two categories: esteem for oneself and extreme and the desire, reputation, or respect from others. Maslow indicates that the need for respect or reputation is most important for children and adolescents and precedes real self esteem and dignity. I hope all of you understand these levels of hierarchy. These are very important so that a teacher become a happier teacher. We have to make this profession a happiest profession, not a stressful profession. So the next slide is what should a teacher do to keep herself and himself happy? Remember that you are the greatest asset of your classroom and to your student. You are responsible for facilitating your students' growth and learning. It is an answersome privilege and responsibility. And if you don't protect the asset, who is asset? You. Your student will be impacted as well. 8. I'm not only okay to take care yourself, it is necessary. So it is very important for a teacher to keep herself, himself happy. So there are 7-step formula for a happy teacher. If you remember this point, then itself you feel happy. You become happy. You do your work happily. So let's see what are the 7 formula for a happy teacher. As in mathematics, in physics, and other applied subjects, the very important thing is to remember the formula. So here also I am putting some points that you have to remember because we are moving in order to solve that process. So it is compulsory for all of us to remember this 7-step formula. So the first is you are extraordinary. Believe in yourself, your inner strength. Second, stop comparing yourself to your colleague because every person has its own identity. So don't try to compare yourself with others. The third formula is always keep a positive attitude and engage yourself in positive talk. The fourth one, take time for yourself, your physical and psychological well-being. This will happen if you keep some time for yourself during a whole day. The fifth formula, lower your expectation. Be factual and realistic. The sixth formula, promise yourself to acquire new skill and expand your scope of learning. As we all know that now the teaching process, the education process change dramatically. So we have to update ourselves. Otherwise, we are lagging behind. So it's very important to update ourselves with the new education process. Then we are also, this is also one of the important formula to become happy. Invest in experience, not possessions. So these are the 7-step formula. If you remember and if you do apply in your life, then ultimately you become a happy teacher. I hope all of you remember these points. So the next slide is, if you are a teacher, you are also a. The slide is in front of you. I'm not reading all the points. So please give your time to read all the points in this slide. Please, any one of you unmute yourself and read this point. Any one of you?
We are +2 teachers, so we can be life coaches.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So there are different points that the teacher has. So the last slide for a happy teacher is, and we have to remember, teacher have the unique responsibility to teach students to love learning. What you do each day will make you a difference. So don't forget, you are extraordinary. So every day, what you do in a new way, do in a innovative way, so we become happy in our profession. So in this slide, I complete what we have to do in order to develop ourselves, become a happy teacher. But my topic is not completed here. Now I move on to the second part of my topic, how to make a happy classroom. So let's see. Let's make a happy classroom. So we need to keep our hands down. What is a happy classroom? A happy classroom is a setting which address a pupil, a child, academics, emotional and social needs. School-going children spend a greater time of their day in classroom. And for teaching and learning to be truly effective, it is important that classrooms are safety, happy, and it has welcoming space. And the conclusion comes out, happiness is equal to the happiest, our classroom. So this is the definition of a happy classroom. So let's see the next slide. What's a happy classroom? A classroom is a reflection of what the teacher is. This is my class 12A1 and here myself. Right? So when you are happy, you are able to make your classroom happy. You use your potential positively to fulfill your work. A happy classroom, the joy of learning. We can explain this word in another way also, the joy of learning. So now I'm explaining 5 ways to create a happy classroom. 5 ways to create A happy classrooms are providing support, celebrating achievement and success, teach self-confidence, building positive relationship, developing coping skills. So these are the 5 ways we can develop a happy classroom. The first is support. If we are teacher, we are extraordinary. We are the asset of a happy classroom. So if we are giving support to our students, they are feel free to express their problem, their expression with you all. So you provide them support in order to maintain a happy classroom atmosphere. The second is celebrate success. It is very important. Celebrating, sorry, celebrating achievement and success enhance the happiness in classroom. Reward and recognition can enhance and boosting confidence and moral. When we achieve, sorry, when we achieve our goals, brain send a message to our body. Well done. You know, when we are happy, brain release some neurotransmitter. It release serotonin, which is a happy chemical. And the second one is dopamine, that is a motivational and reward chemical. So when we are happy, our brain ultimately send a signal to our body. So it's very important to enhance and enhance the happiness in the classroom, reward and recognition. The third way, you have to give, you have to develop confidence among your students. Believe in yourself. You have to develop the situation, a condition of your classroom that your student become confidence. They handle all the situation with a confidence level. Only to completing your lesson is not your objective in the class. You have to develop these skills in your student so that whenever in a condition of stress, your student burst the balloon of stress and they are able to take some right decision, yes or no. So confidence is very important. The fourth one is building relationship in the classroom. There should be a happy teacher-child relationship so that the student feel free to share his weakness or strength in order to develop himself. The fifth slide is developing everyday coping skill in the early year. As I explained you, teacher as the asset of the classroom. Our main objective is to generate a responsible citizens. So we have to develop skills in them so that they are developing a coping skill in all the situation inside the school and outside the school also. The ninth way to manage stress. Spend time in nature. Spend time with friends. Practice art. Say your prayers. Do your exercise. Read books. Practice yoga. Manage time. Think positively. So in this way, we can develop our happy classroom. So, the next slide is explaining the teaching strategies to create a happy classroom in a very interesting way. Let's see. There should be a proper balance between all. Welcome students with open arms. Give something to look forward. Invest time to know them. Spend informal and quality time and get social with them. Use humor. Incorporate music. Allow them to play. Give some in your routine also. Sometimes you leave them to do their activity. Try to know their habits, their interests, their hobby, so that you have to build a good relationship with your student. Syllabus coverage is not our objective. So these are the teaching strategies to create a happy student in a happy atmosphere, in a happy classroom. As a teacher, I possess tremendous power to make a child life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all cases, it is my response that decides whether a situation will be escalated or de escalated, or a child humanized or dehumanized. I hope all of you understand this point. The last, happiness index, the team. It's a framework to measure happiness in a school, to provide skilled and successful teachers with a happy state of mind. Internal team, principal and academic administration are considered as a internal team of a school, and teachers also. Academic administrations. External teams are psychological expert from different industry. It is as it is mentioned, measure, evaluate, develop, and then project yourself. Last but not the least, it's a time when you all teacher inhale courage and exhale fear. Happy teacher plus happy student create a happy school. I request, so thank you all of you. I request all the participants to do a small activity. You feel happy if you do this activity. Are you all ready? Teacher, please unmute yourself. Are you all ready? A small activity, nothing so tough. Yes, teacher. Answer. Are you ready? No, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Nothing you have to do.
Yes, yes.
Join your hand, close your eyes, inhale all the positivity and all the courage, and exhale all the negativity and fear. So, thank you, all of you. I hope you all understand and enjoyed today's session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank
Assessment,
you.
assessment link is in the chat box. Please fill it. And if you like to share your views, you are most welcome.
चैट बॉक्स कहाँ है मेरा?
It is in inbox.
Yes,
Anyone
ma'am.
of you? Yes,
Assessment
sir.
form
Yes,
is
sir.
yes. Assessment form already I sent in chat box. Teachers, you can go and fill up your assessment form. Ma'am, it was a very good session, and all teachers we got lots of things about how to be a happy teacher, how we create a happy environment in school. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am. Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Where is the chat box?
Please, teachers, mute yourself. And if you want to say, you can say something about today's session.
Rashmi, congratulations.
Thank you, Vanita ma'am.
It was an amazing session.
Thank you, ma'am.
I could not move an inch. You had shared so many information, and how beautifully you have utilized this 1 hour time and gave us a complete information how to become a happy teacher, and those beautiful takeaways, the acronym STOP, and a beautiful statement which has touched my heart, that invest experiences, not possessions.
Thank you,
Right?
ma'am.
So,
Thank you, ma'am.
so God bless Mashmi. I felt it is no less than a CBSE training.
Thank you,
Look
ma'am.
forward to several such sessions from you. God
Thank you,
bless
ma'am.
once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations, Masumi.
Thank you, Anandita teacher.
Very excellent session.
Thank you.